Hi everyone, welcome to DSC Malaysia's live stream for today. So before we start, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Amrita. I'm the lead for DSC UM. And I believe that most of you are aware of this hackathon that we're having today, this weekend. It's called the DSC Kita Hack 2020. So this is being hosted by DSC Malaysia. And it has been really amazing for us to see the participation from students all across our nation, different universities coming together, participating in this challenge to develop solutions that can help their local communities. And what's even more exciting for us today is that we have Daren Tan here joining us, and he would be giving a talk on how to win hackathons 101. So Daren is not only our speaker for today, he's also the judge for DSC Kita Hack 2020. So hi Daren, thanks a lot for joining.
No problem, Rita. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and Daren, could you please share with us a little about your journey as to becoming the king of hackathons from Malaysia?
Whoa. That's a bit of overpraise there. I'm not the king. But yeah, I've won a fair share of hackathons before. I started my journey back in 2016. I'll talk about that later in my presentation. Okay, and since then I've joined like 14 hackathons, both locally and abroad. And yeah, won quite a few prizes along the way. So I can't wait to share that with you guys today.
All right then. So I'll still be on the call, but I'll just remove myself from the screen, and Daren, you can start your talk in a bit.
Sure, no problem. Give me a minute. So, okay, let me share my screen. Posting it on Hackathon and Developer Kaki right now. All right, done. Okay, hope you guys can see my screen. So welcome everyone to today's talk, which is on how to win Hackathons 101. It's an honor to be invited by Google Developer Student Clubs of Malaysia to present this to you guys, participants. So I understand that most of you here are students, and this could very well be your first hackathon. So I'm here to share with you some tips, my journey, and some tips I learned along the way on how you can have an awesome hackathon and build winning projects for your hackathons. Okay. So let's get started. Presenter view. So if you have any questions later, you can actually post them on YouTube live, and I should see them in my StreamYard, and I'll be answering your questions in the Q&A after the talk. Present. Okay. Okay, so today's talk is on how to win hackathons 101. So a little bit introduction on myself. My name is Daren Tan. I'm full stack developer at Magic, as well as the founder of Hackathon Kaki and Developer Kaki Facebook groups. So today's talk will have the following sections, which are: first, I'll start with my background, It's the projects I've done, the various different projects I've done in the hackathons that I've joined. Hopefully that will inspire you a little on what kind of projects you can do. And a run through of the latest winning slides and pitch. Okay, so I'm a full stack generalist and data scientist. Generally, I'm experienced in making projects related to web, mobile, software development, data science, AI, machine learning, chatbots, blockchain, UI, UX design, and you name it, I've done it. So participated in 14 hackathons, both locally and abroad. That was really, really fun. The journey has been awesome so far. Currently, I'm retired and joining hackathons as judge and mentor to help the next generation. Other than that, I'm also a serial hackathon winner with a cumulative win of 6 podium finishes, which is top 3, as well as 4 top 10 finishes. I've also won the Merit Award at the 17th MSC APICTA Awards, which also allowed me to represent Malaysia to compete in the international version of Taipei, at Taipei, Taiwan. Okay, let me fix the screencast. The screencast should be bigger. Apologies for the delay, because I think you can hear me now, right? Okay. All right, great. Let's get it started. So sorry for the technical delays. So let's get it restarted again. This time it will go smoothly, I hope. Okay, so where did I stop? I stopped over here, right? So yes, I participated in 14 hackathons, both looking abroad. I've won the Merit Award, represented Malaysia, as I've said previously. Wait, so I think some of you didn't get to hear that. I'm a serial hackathon winner with a cumulative total of 6 wins and 4 podium finishes. 6 podium finishes and 4 top 10 finishes. Okay, now the screen shows up correctly in the format I wanted. So sorry for the technical delay. So in addition to this, right, I've also co-founded 2 groups on Facebook. One is called the Hackathon Kaki, the largest Facebook group for hackathon-related news and discussions in Asia, with over 2,400 members, as well as Developer Kaki, which is one of the fastest growing, most active Facebook group for developer-related discussions. So if you guys are not on it already, make sure to join those groups right now. So some of the furthest hackathons I've joined, which involves around taking a flight of about 17 hours, was VHacks, my first ever international hackathon. It was a very memorable one because it took place in Vatican City, which is a separate country located within Italy itself. And next, which is more recent, is last year at London. It's a very special hackathon where it takes place in a train. For most of, I think for 3 or 4 of it, took place in moving trains, multiple moving trains, and we hacked in the train on train-related problems in the train industries. Okay, it was really, really fun. Got to meet many, many interesting and smart people in these international hackathons. So I've won quite a few hackathons since June 2016, which was my first hackathon, as well as appearing on several newspapers multiple times. Okay, this is me and the star back in 2016 for my app for the APICTA Awards, which is also my FYP. You can check it out on the star, as well as a hackathon win, which was also reported in the Star newspaper back in 2017. So what kind of projects did I build in these winning hackathons? I'll be showing you briefly on some of the projects I built using different types of technologies, tackling different problems in the real world. So hopefully that will inspire you, because as I checked with the organizers, they said that this DSC Kita Hack is a free theme hackathon focused on using Google solutions into real-life local problems in the community, right? So let your imagination run free and just think what on any kind of idea that you feel like solving and work on it this weekend. Don't just limit yourself to COVID-related solutions, okay? Because there's been a lot of COVID hackathons around, and this is one of the few that's not involve COVID. Okay, so let's get started with the first one. So this is my very first hackathon. I followed my seniors in the university, and very lucky, I got to win the 3rd place for the Angel Hack Big Data category, as well as winning MDEC National Big App Challenge 3.0, the 4th place, as well as the top 20 finalists for the next challenge at the next academy. Okay, what I built was a property to user matching app. So you have a lot of websites to find rooms, to find properties to rent, right? But there's no app that actually matches. Like example, a whole unit costs 2,000 ringgit to rent with 3 rooms. As a student, sometimes you cannot fork out 2,000 ringgit a month to rent it first and re-rent it out to other students or housemates, right? So what this does is that it helps you to find housemates, wet through their background, and then you guys can co-rent it together. And this platform also provides a easy to use rental collection, utilities payment management system. So this project won third place in this hackathon, as well as got a mention in Welcome Post, a Tinder-esque social platform geared towards those looking for potential roommates to share rent with. This is exactly that description, because the app interface took heavy inspirations from Twitter, where you get to swipe right and left to find your ideal housemate. Yeah, based on their personality, not just their looks. Okay. So next, there's also the Maybank Hackathon. Back in 2016, is a data hackathon. So this was my first big win with 10,000 ringgit cash. So the problem was how to grow the bank's deposits, their CASA base, which is a savings account, current account, because that's how they earn money, the main way on how they earn money. You deposit your money into the banks, and after that, they use the money to reinvest them in different types of investment in order to get back a certain amount of return while your money is with them. So we've run through a lot of data sets that they provide us. There's 11 million rows of customer transactions, all anonymized, and as well as several other parameters. So you get to identify certain customer segments, certain customer characteristics from those data set, right? So from those solutions, we recommended them three very interesting solutions, which is to run targeted marketing campaign according to different time of year, as the customers have different spending patterns throughout the year. Sometimes in early of the year, they might spend really high, while towards the end, they might spend really low. As well as that, other than that, we also introduce them to do a increasing referral program. So what this means is that instead of a flat referral program where you earn a certain fixed commission, you also, the more customers you refer into the bank, you get increasing tier rewards. Like example, the first one could be a 500 ringgit, the next one could be an iPhone, the third one could be a, I don't know, house or refrigerator, something much more expensive. So this attracts people to help you refer to the banks. And lastly is to give discounts on loan interest if the deposit that you put into the bank reaches specific amounts or tiers. So what this does is all these three solutions are backed by the data that we analyzed that they provided us, and we presented it to the high level people in Maybank, and we got first place for that. So next is, oops, sorry, wrong title here. This is actually the Magic MMU Spark Challenge. Okay. So what I did here was that we did a project called Depression Detection with Data Analytics. So it uses the human various parameters such as text analysis, vocal analysis, facial, and heart rate detection to determine whether a specific person, the user, has levels of depression or not. It also comes with a psychology professional finder, as well as social help for people to find the help they need. So this project won the TM Special Award, and my role in this was ideator, UI UX designer, as well as the presenter. Next is TED Hack. This is my first champion win. For this, oh, sorry, wrong description here as well. For this hackathon, it was held at DG. It was a TED Hack KL. So for this one, what we did was that we did a Facebook. We scraped the DG Facebook page. We scraped their Facebook page, every post, the comments that they posted in there, and find out which of those customers asked or inquired for the price or post something similar that shows an intention that they want to buy that product, that specific product that DG mentioned in their Facebook post. So from scraping the comments, we pre-process a text, then we apply a unique algorithm that we developed during the hackathon that can find out customers that have the intention to buy this specific plan. And then we use a chatbot to automatically initiate the engagement to promote to the customers. This helps the DG to reduce their telemarketing costs, as well as provide them a way to make a very scalable marketing channel. So for this one, we won first place out of, I forgot how many teams were there. First place for Tech Hack Kuala Lumpur. I think the prize money is not that big. Yes. So moving forward, I've also entered the TM Smart Campus Design Challenge. So for this one, I've aimed to solve the problem of students' complaints not being able to reach and being addressed by the university management. So what do students do normally? For all universities, it's the same. They post their complaints on their university confession pages on Facebook. You see a lot of ridiculous things as well as some legit complaints on those Facebook pages. So what I did here was to make a platform on blockchain that lets users post their complaints and feedbacks anonymously and store them on the Ethereum blockchain. Then a smart dashboard will get the data from the Ethereum blockchain to classify and sort the complaints and feedbacks based on the sentiment and urgency using NLP. We determine the sentiment and urgency of each of those feedback using NLP. And then the university staff will be able to update the status of the feedback as well as add the action taken for each of those feedback. So it's a very transparent. One of the characteristics of blockchain is to have transparency and immutability so that the students and the public will know whether the students' complaints are being taken action or not. So for this one, we got top 8 finalists. And lastly, for this was the OCBC MMU Digiton Challenge. So for this one, it's also a bank challenge. So what I did for this was that the existing marketing campaigns done by banks are very ineffective, are very expensive, cost huge costs, as well as takes out a lot of time, and most of the time it just fails. No one actually want to listen to someone promote you credit card. So what I did here was that I built a solution that actually scrapes and analyze the user's Instagram account. We scrape the pictures from the accounts and we generate the customer interest profile based on what their interest is, based on the pictures that they post, and as well as to estimate the net worth of this customer based on their interests. So this is very interesting to me, and I'll share with you during the later part of this presentation. So after getting the interest and net worth profile, you can actually run a campaign that can effectively target these different segments of customer with different promotion package as well as gifts. And all this will be done by chatbot that will initiate the chat on Facebook to each of these individual customers. So for this one, it was a champion win, and it was a cash prize of 6,000 ringgit solo. So I got all 6,000 ringgit myself. So what's my formula, right? So I'll be sharing with you a run through of the latest winning slides I have, as well as to share some tips and strategies on how I win it while going through the slides. Let me open the slides right here. Okay, so I like to start my slides with the team name and of course introduce yourself. If you have any special background to mention, just mention it, your team and your teammates' name. Best to have a picture of your face there so that your judge can remember you if they want to refer to the slides. So first, start with the introduction. The introduction of the problem statement, okay? So I like to take the reverse pyramid approach, where you start off with a wide, high-level problem of the description of the problem, and you slowly drill down into the smaller specific segments. So what I did here was I refer to the global economy, saying how it is bad, stocks are down, businesses are suffering, so that affects the bank as well. So banks need to find ways to reduce costs and reduce their expenditure in order to increase their profit. So this is the first the high-level problem that the banks face. We frame it for them. So same for your hackathon, you need to frame the problem to your judge and your audience. Next, I drilled it down. I saw some news articles. I saw that the CEO of OCBC have mentioned that they have certain targets to meet this year, as well as what segments are they targeting for this year to increase their profit, right? Quote the source that you've coded. It's very good because this shows that your problem truly exists. And it's one of the very important part. You can't just pull a problem out of thin air, and sometimes that problem might not be legit or a problem worth solving. So next, I've also gone through the financial reports of this OCBC bank based on the investment details that's readily available, and find how much they're spending on marketing. All this information is readily available online. So all you need to do is to find it and plot a simple graph to show that their marketing expenses have been reducing through the year. So by reducing the marketing expense, how in the world are they going to reach their target, right? So I show them that banks, what they need to do to get their profits and run attractive campaigns. And I've also noticed that their promotions and campaigns are not very effective, in the sense that when I check their Facebook posts, there's just not many likes and it's very generic. Everyone gets the same gifts. Everyone gets umbrellas, everyone gets travel luggages, everyone gets just very generic gifts. So different people might like different kinds of gifts. So it attracts different things, attracts different types of people. So next, on their Facebook page, it also can be observed that they have very, very little engagements, 5 likes, 1 like, and 1 like, and 3 likes here with no comments. So this is very not ideal. It's not a nice thing to see that they have such little engagement. So how in the world are they going to achieve the profit levels that they want? So then I summarize the things I've mentioned, is that offering generic gifts, offer too high value gifts to low customers. Low net worth customers means customers with low income or low deposits, as well as offering too low value to high net worth customers. And the existing customer engagement process is simply too costly and too inefficient to justify the cost. Then after that, I propose a solution to each of the problems I mentioned. I told them that what if there's a solution that finds out what your customer really wants, really likes, and give each of these potential and existing customers personalized offers or gifts in order to increase the success rate of engagement, acquisition, and retention of current existing customers, so that they don't jump to other banks. So this whole process is fully automated, scalable to reach more customers at a lower cost. So all this is hits the sweet spot of all these problems that the banks are facing. So what I'm trying to show here is that you should summarize the solution that you're about to propose in a high level that addresses each of those problems that you've previously mentioned. So next, I introduce my project with a nice little logo and a nice little name, together as well as together with a catchy slogan. So this will help your judge to remember you. If they can't remember your entire idea, never mind, they probably remember your name as well as your slogan. Next, I break it down into three main modules or features of this project, which is a customer net worth estimation, profiling of their interest, as well as the acquisition chatbot. So it was a solo project, and I managed to build this out. It was a 1-month challenge, if not mistaken, but I only spent 2 days working on this because I was busy with other things at the moment. So I spent 21 or 48 hours straight to build these 3 things out. So next, yes, it would be great if you can also quote certain research papers or articles or statistics that supports your problems or supports your solutions, right? So I managed to find a research paper done in 2009 on how to predict people's interest based on their social media posting. So this convinced the judge that my solution is not just being pulled out of thin air, but also it is supported by researchers. And also another statistic I found was this, which is the statistics done by America's Bureau of Labor Statistics. So what this thing says is that different people with different interests, hobbies, right, have different income levels. So this further reinforces my hypothesis as well as the proposed solution that I'm trying to propose. Different people with different income have different hobbies. So by finding out their hobbies, you can actually find out their income rate. And with their income rate, you can target them specifically with certain measures to get them into your bank. So then I give an overall flow of my solutions as well as technology stack. Okay, so I find this very important, especially in a technical hackathon. DSC Kita, from what I've read, it is a technical hackathon where you need to, it's a compulsory for you to use Google technologies in your final solution. So it would be great if you can show a high-level technology stack on what technologies, what Google technologies you have used to build your solution clearly. So the judges will know that you know your thing. Judges, if they're technical, which in this case they are, both judges for this DSC Kita are technical, they will know that what you applied is correct and legit. It's not just being pulled out of thin air without any reasons, right? So next is demo time. So as I've checked with the organizers, your demo time is around 3 minutes with 2 minutes Q&A. So it's rather short. So do mind the demo time. Make sure you keep it not to overrun too much from the 5 minutes. It will affect your scoring too. And lastly, I always end with a conclusion to let the judges know what was the entire presentation about in as short of a manner possible. So here I said the benefits, I emphasize on the benefits of this solution, how they can increase their business using this solution. Yeah. So that's about it. On a high-level summary, on a high-level summary, to win a hackathon, you have to find a solution, a problem that you're passionate to solve, so that you know that you face a problem yourself, as well. If you yourself face problems, this problem, it means that many other people out there are facing the same problem as well. Start the pitch by introducing your problem statement using perhaps what you like to call a reverse pyramid approach. Okay, focus on the wide scope of the problem, and then you slowly drill down into the specific scope of problem that you want to solve. So this guides the thought process of the judges clearly on how big the problem is and what kind of the sub-problem that you want to solve. Next is to back up the problems and solutions that you proposed with facts and figures. So this is important so that we know that the problems that you propose to solve really exist. It is really a huge problem in the society, as well as the solutions you propose is not just bullshit. It's real, it's out there. Some people have tried to apply it. Okay, you're applying it effectively to solve the problem. Next is to describe the solution on a high level first, so that perhaps the non-technical judges can understand it, and then deep dive into the solution. Next is you can choose your tech stack carefully. Yes, you should choose your tech stack carefully so that it justifies the reason why you use this tech stack. So, example, to solve NLP problems, which part of perhaps on intent profiling, which of the Google APIs I'm going to use? For emotion analysis, which of the Google APIs I'm going to use? So it would be very great if you can choose it carefully with justification. Next is to mind the time limit, because some judging schemes do have a time penalty for crossing the time limit. Okay. Then other than that is to know the judging criteria. So for each hackathon that I've been to, most of them have different judging criteria depending on what's the purpose of the hackathon. So it's best to know exactly what's in the judging criteria. Go speak to the judges. Perhaps you can speak to the organizers as well on what kind of judging criteria. Study the terms and conditions. Try to find information about the judging criteria from the information about the hackathon. And lastly, I want to share that learning hackathons are great for you to build profiles, skills, and network with many different kinds of people, both like-minded as well as people that you never met before. You apply your tech skills to solve real-life problems, which is really, really fun. As you can see from the solutions that I've shared, each hackathon I try to learn a different technology, try to learn a different stack. I take the chance to learn a new technology as well as to apply them into solving a very different kind of problem. So that's what makes hackathon fun for me. You get to learn a lot of things. Other than that is it hones your creative problem-solving skills and also forces you to learn things fast. Because in a hackathon, normally it's very limited, 24 hours. There's a lot to learn in a very short time. Things doesn't work out. Sometimes you do the problem that you try to solve for half the hackathon, you couldn't solve it, or some problems that occur that you couldn't solve, right? You learn to turn fast. You need to either learn the things to solve it fast or to learn to prioritize different things in order to pivot. And lastly, joining hackathons also helps you to get noticed by people in the community or even prominent people. And this will lead to many different opportunities, such as interview opportunity, job position, projects, and even speaking engagement like this. Okay, so that's about it for my presentation today. Hope you guys learned something that you can apply to your hackathon later. So now it's time for Q&A. Amrita? Feel free to ask any questions you want regarding this presentation.
So thanks, Daren, for your talk. So we're still waiting for questions. Come on, guys, if you've got any questions regarding the talk itself or any questions from your personal experience in hackathons, or for those who are participating for DSC Kita Hack 2020, if you have any questions, feel free to add it on our live chat, or you could also ask us on Slack.
I'm glad we managed to solve the technical difficulty just now. This is Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
I guess we don't have questions right now, but I hope that I truly believe actually that this talk has actually helped us out in actually understanding how to prioritize things in a hackathon. And to be honest, I as a student, as myself, I think I've learned a lot right now, because I have been trying to join hackathons recently, and this would really help in future hackathons that I join. So that's it from me. Daren, would you like to add on anything else?
Good luck and have fun in your hackathon.
All right, Daren, and
Right,
to see you tomorrow. I am pretty sure the participants are looking forward to seeing you as well. We've been seeing a lot of comments on Facebook saying how excited they are to see you there. And some of them are that you're being the judge.
Right.
All right.
Yes,
Thanks a lot.
me too. All right. Thank you.
Bye.